Hello and welcome back to another week of Sambo iRacing, and we're back in the 911 992R, the Porsche GT3, not the Cup car, in the fixed setup for another track guide. This time it's the wonderful Brands Hatch, which I've really enjoyed testing in this week. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments, and let's start the hot lap. Okay, let's start the hot lap. In 5th gear, looking for the 100. Braking, trailing off, down to 3rd, on the gas, exit wide. Just before the 50, going to brake up to about 70%. Again, a long trail off, leaving it in 2nd, such as the gearing on this car. Back over to the right-hand side. Just before we get to the 50, we're going to brake up to about 60%. Quick trail off, leaving it in 3rd. Exit nice and wide. Looking for the 50 once again. Late braking around here. Again, braking up to about 2/3. Leaving it in 3rd once again up the hill. So it's a real handful to drive, but a lot of fun around here. As you can see, I've just hit the 10% fuel. So if you're in the fixed series, you will probably be running slightly heavier than this. If you're in the open series, you'll probably end up lighter than this, especially in quali. Not 10%, sorry, 10 litres. 2.5 gallons. Back over to the right-hand side, hard braking into turn 8. Leaving it in 3rd once again. And coming up to the 50, again braking to about 2/3, leaving it in 3rd, powering through the corner, hugging it back over to the right-hand side. And over and across the line in a 121.86. 121.86. 6. Right, let's do the breakdown. Right, breakdown. So first braking marker, the 100 meters on the left, and we're braking up to about 60%, and then an immediate trail off, and then we're just holding it. You don't need to worry too much about the apex on this corner, so long as you are getting back on the gas nice and early, and you're still able to exit wide without actually getting the off track. So I'm right on the limit there, so I just kicked up a few stones. Next braking marker is where I am now. So the end of the gravel patch on the left-hand side. And this time we're braking slightly harder up to about 70%. And again, we trail off quite quickly, but then we hold the trail, leaving it in 2nd gear until we're about halfway around the corner. Then we're building up to about 2/3. And then as we open the wheel, as always, we can get back onto full power. Next braking marker, it's basically just before the 50, and you see the end of the red and white curbing on the right-hand side. That's pretty much where we're going to brake. And we brake up to about 55%. And again, we're leaving it in 3rd gear, cutting the corner somewhat. Not as easy to mount the curves in the Porsche as it was in the BMW or the Ferrari. But we do have all this room out on exit. 50 meters is our next braking marker. So again, we're braking up to about 65%, trailing that off, leaving it in 3rd. And as you can see, we're fairly early into the corner when we start getting on the gas. And then we can open up once we open that wheel slightly. Next braking marker, going to be the 50 once again on the left-hand side. Again, braking up to about 70%. Dropping it down, all the way down from 6th down to 4th. Exit nice and wide. Using the 50 again on the left-hand side, or just before the 50. And this time we're braking again up to about 70%. Dropping it down to 3rd, getting back on the gas at the apex. We can exit nice and wide here. And once more, the 50-meter board on the right-hand side. Trail that off quickly, leaving it in 4th this time, and then slightly slower to get back on the gas here, just because it's quite a slippery corner. Back over to the right-hand side, just before the 50 board, once again, braking the hardest that we're going to there up to about 75%. We drop it down to 3rd. We really want to get over on the left-hand side, getting our left-hand tyres almost in the grass. And then the final is on the left-hand side, the 50 board. And we brake up to about 65%. and then start building back up, and then get up to 100%. And then we have the breakdown. I will see you guys again next week. I've been Sambo iRacing. Thanks for watching.